Let's go. IOVA. Interesting. $25 price target. Let's go, Josh. Good morning. Good morning. Camera's taking its sweet, sweet time. Sweet, sweet time. It's like, hey, I'm gonna connect when I want to. It's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. Mute my Discord. GoPro, let's go. Yeah, GoPro has done well. I surprised this company was still around, but hello there. Hello there, Dan. Jay, good morning. Spikes, good morning. YW, good morning. Matt, good morning. Chester, good morning. Brian, good morning. RC, good morning. Elisa, good morning. Bob, ciao, ciao. Good morning, Dilip. Good morning, Luna. Sean, good morning. Chance, good morning. Janera, good morning. Other Dan, good morning. Zilly, good morning. Hurricane, good morning. Mark, good morning. Lizzie, good morning. Solad, good morning. A, good morning. Varun, good morning. Thomas, good morning. James, good morning. Jericho, let's go. Green and wealthy. Casey, good morning. Martin, good morning. Bailey, good morning. Good morning, Chris. Yeah, no, that was mine. Mario, good morning. Mayhem, good morning. Grun, good morning. Bobby, good morning. Shande, good morning. John, good morning. Robert, good morning. Hello, Burns. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm sure I've missed someone, but good morning. Seven, good morning. Dustin, good morning. Walter, good morning. Rita, good morning. Usher, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Today is Tesla earnings report day. Google as well. And a few more. Hi, Kel. RJ, good morning. Pyro, good morning. PLRZ, obviously, this was the gem of the day yesterday, right? This thing ran all the way to almost 220 this morning, like early pre-market. And so you had to be awake early to catch the tops, right? Not bad though, not bad at all. Now you can kind of see that there's a bit of a demand zone around like $1.65, which was important yesterday, right? So PLRZ. Let's see if they can, stay above that level and give us more opportunities. Marty, good morning. Jason, good morning. Other Mario, Dado, good morning. Happy Hump Day. Yeah. Diaz, good morning. Raven, good morning. Raven and Pyro coming in at the same time. What is the stock issue stock today? What is the issue stock issue? Yeah. You guys sleep? Slackers. Let's go, Callum. Good morning. AMOD had some it's had a really good run this morning. You just have a lot of resistance closer to $2.50. For now, it seems to be holding that 50 EMA. So let's see if we can stay. Honestly, when we put these names on the stream and we talk about these names going into the open, like these are names that are performing pre-market. But recently, we're starting to find that like these names are cool, but like it's all about like the market open and which one retail decides to go with. Let's go. Decided I'm starting it today. Good morning, HT fam. Jaden, cue the meme. Cue the meme.
Jaden has $1 bill, 1 quarter, and 2 pennies. How much money does he have? Jaden broke.
Ah, that one never gets old, does it? Thank you very much for the super chat. Dan says, please, Jaden broke. Let's go. See, what's Dan's meme? This is Dan.
You got to be more thankful because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards, but without us, you don't have any cards.
That's Dan and Jaden, by the way. Let's go, Raven. Well, I will follow that. Daily goal met already. Let's go. Raven, Wiggles has cooked for you. Thank you very much, Dan. Thank you very much, Raven. So this is Raven, by the way.
So, what is your vision?
Money.
I mean, what is your plan for the future?
Money.
Like, what is that thing that you want to achieve in life?
Money. Money.
Like, what is your real essence on earth?
Money.
Listen to me. Let's keep the money aside. What else are you focused on?
The money that you get aside.
That's Raven. Thank you for the super chat, Raven. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Jaden. And I like it. Yep. Raven's like, I made my daily goal. If you're wondering why Raven's excited this morning, Raven's always happy. But Wiggles, right? Raven posted this, he's been getting into this position at 3 cents, from 3 pennies to 4 pennies to 5 pennies, all the way to 15 pennies this morning. So pretty nice pump. Alrighty. There's a nice little base that it's formed right above 1150 there, Raven. So let's see if it stays above. And then obviously, you can see the double top, triple top, whatever, right? At 15 cents. So that'll be the next major level for WLGS. For that thing, the S&P is gapping up, guys. Trump posted last night that they made a deal with Japan, right? So Japan is going to be charged 15% tariffs. And then also Japan is going to invest $500 billion into the US. So in the form of like buying 100 Boeing planes and, buying more rice from the US, things like that, right? So the market was like, okay, this is one of the big three we talked about, right? Japan, Canada, EU, those are the big three. So any one of these countries that makes a deal with the US, the markets will react positively. All the other ones, like all the other small countries that nobody's heard of, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But these are the ones that obviously the market's been reacting to. So half a percent here for SPY on that news. So we're basically gapping up to brand new all-time highs again. Right. So previous high 631.54. We're currently sitting at 631.70. So Canada is one of the stubborn ones, Dan. And then the EU. So I've heard nothing about Canada making a deal. I've heard stuff about the EU, but we'll see what happens. I'm sure once all the deals come in play, though, then maybe we'll actually get a market dip, right, in August. But we'll see. Righty. Again, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Tesla reports earnings today. In terms of stocks we're watching going into the open, like I said, be patient, guys. Please. Too often we show up with a list of names, and then those names on the list, end up doing absolutely nothing. And then we find brand new names at the open. So there's no need to rush into any of these names at the open already. So give it a second, let the market play games, usual volatility at the open, and then consolidate and then go from there. Deal. Handshake. You like pineapple? Guess what? Pineapple is also Canadian. I'm not kidding. Yeah. So another Canadian stock. I really wonder why though some of these Canadian stocks have been pumping a lot lately, because we're seeing a lot of them. These guys did a split yesterday, so now it has a really nice low float. I'm sure that's part of the reason why this is moving nicely. So for now, right, let's see if we can stay above $8 going into the open here, and then go from there. GoPro announced that they're releasing anyways, nobody cares. I'm kidding, by the way, not kidding. Donuts has been running since last night, but if you look since last night, $6 has been a strong resistance level. This is Krispy Kreme, by the way, the donuts. So there's a lot of resistance at $6, so this thing would need to break $6 and hold for any more. And here comes the open, right? AMOD, this one's definitely performed better in pre-market. So for now, your support is closer to $1.80. AMOD. So if that thing can stay above $1.80, that'd be a good thing. It's also forming a nice little algo downtrend here, so that might be good if it can break out of it. Alrighty, so yeah, and it's failing there, right? You can see that downtrend there. So until that thing decides to to break above this little downtrend here, right? It might you might have issues, alrighty, and then you can kind of do a little wedgie wedge here to the bottom of 80 cents there, alrighty. So you might actually get that breakout now for that thing, but let's see. Alrighty, yeah, AMOD is like, let me break. Let me break. All right. So donuts is clearly still failing at the top. Your next support is 540-ish for donuts. Pineapple is holding $8 for now, so that's good. Wiggles is still dipping. Alrighty. The S&P made highs. Actually, yeah. So we made brand new highs for SPY, and then we're dipping. So for the most part, to be expected, right? To be expected. PLRZ is testing that 165 support, so let's see if we can stay above that. Alrighty, so $1.65 on that thing then. And then AMOD, still kind of watching this one because the bottom of that 180 looks interesting if we can stay above it. KOSS is another like retail meme stock. Like almost like we have a meet with a theme in the market, huh? Right? Meme stocks are the current theme. KOSS pop, donuts, Krispy Kreme pop. Yeah, there've been a lot of memes lately. Yeah, for sure, Sky, right? If you're not sure, like the first few minutes, guys, just sit on your hands and wait, right? You did? Pyro? Monies. The pineapples. Yeah, so pineapple holding 8 is good. Pineapple Financial. I don't know who calls the company that, but yeah. Anyways, I still like how well AMOD is holding that 180 level. But at the same time, it's going to need to break out and actually close above $2 if it wants to cook. Alrighty, so I like the bottom of the range. It just needs to break out. AMOD. No more boom booms, Raven. Yeah. Yes, please. We need Pyro in the chat. Like all the time. Good morning, Rich. So you can see what the problem is on this one, right? The problem is not the support. The problem is the breakout. So that's usually the problem, especially at the open. People tend to look for the breakouts rather than anything else, unless like a stock is really consolidating. So we'll just keep watching for now, I guess. Donuts again, perfect resistance, right? And slap. It would have been nice if this thing dropped a bit more to that demand zone, but pineapple's halted down, right? So you can see all of these names that are good or we like coming into the open, that they're still doing sus things, right? This is why it's important. Wiggles is dipping, right? Important to be patient at the open. PLZR said, hey, I like my support at 165, so leave me alone, right? Pump. PLRZ is pumping there. Maybe we just stick to the same name we liked all day yesterday, guys. Maybe. Right. So again, PLRZ, right? That level closer to 65 there has been a really good spot. So as long as we continue to stay above this bottom, that bottom, right? Yeah, that's gonna be a good thing. I'm surprised they haven't halted it on the way up. Surprised they haven't halted it. And then I can stop doing scribbles. And then yeah, $2 resistance. You can see it on the left hand side, right, guys? Right, like you have the support is obvious at the bottom. The resistance is also obvious at the top. So the closer we get to $2 for PLRZ, the more cautious you want to be, because people seem to be selling it. Look at pre-market, right? So you can see the resistance there. So just be careful, please. Be careful, please. AMOD again. I don't think this stock is quite done yet, right? I think it's way too early to write off some of these names. Right, still way too early, but if it can keep holding this 180, then that's not too bad. Wiggles came back. Yeah, Wiggles came back with violence as well. So Wiggles is like, hey, I want to go back to my 15-cent resistance. So yep. You can see most of these stocks are looking for, price discovery. AMOD is like, hey, I want to break out. I want to break my $2. There we go. So that 180, even though we wigged below, AMOD held that 180, right? Now the question is, can that thing actually stay? Can it break above $2 and stay above $2, right? Or are we just gonna keep going back and forth here? So you can see everything is trying to decide what it wants to do. Up and down. KOSS, brand new highs of the day. So that seems to be the brand new meme stock. I'll come back to GoPro at some point here. Let me take a look at KOSS. Yeah, I mean, obviously, we've looked at this one in the past, so the levels are going to be in there. Seems like it's still slowly loading here. But that thing is flying there, actually. My chart is super slow. Still loading there. Safety shot with a bit of a pop. Let's go, Jameson. Congratulations. I like it. Good morning, River. PLRZ again, that $2 is important. AMOD, that $2 is also important, right? So until we close above that $2, we're just in the range for now. Pineapple still holds it down at in the demand zone. So let's see what happens on the on hold there. The donuts. Wonder what SPY is gonna do here today. I wonder. There's so many names, with just initial alerts. Yeah, 850. Yep. Question for you guys in the chat though. What's your favorite stock so far this morning? What's your favorite stock so far this morning? Here comes 850 for KOSS. So yeah, that supply zone closer to the top there is a bit of a problem, Dennis. AK, ayo. Yeah, so that 850 is still a problem. KOSS, the memes are back. Here comes 836. So that 850 is still a problem. PLRZ again, one of the best stocks the last 2 days, right? That thing needs to clear $2 here next. So it's interesting how we're kind of stuck in a demand and supply zone, like it's covered in green, green and red. I think that's because the stock has done so well, though. So well. But that $2 is important, and then same thing for AMOD. AMOD might actually close above $2 in this candle here. Might actually close above $2 in this candle. Might actually. We'll see. The S&P is still just stuck in that opening range. KOSS can't seem to break out yet, right? Even though it's done really well. Yeah. Can't seem to. There we go. PLRZ. There we go. Type yes in the chat if you're still in this one, guys. This is a beauty. This is a beauty. This is a beauty. My goodness. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yes. Yeah, this was the best stock yesterday, and it looked like, we talked about this being a swing play as well, right? Let's go. What have you missed? You missed everything. You missed where did you go? You've been vacation for a year, guys. You guys see the criminals we're dealing with? You guys see this? Alistair? Damn. You went on vacation for a year? I think you told me you were going on vacation, but it's been a damn long time. You missed violence. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I like it. Where did you go again on vacation? So yeah, $2 to 220 resistance. Right, you can see that pre-market high there. Alrighty, so just be careful. Please and thank you. And for some reason, we just can't seem to break above $2 in AMOD, right? So, but again, it's holding $1.80-ish. So let's see if we can continue to hold that. Cool. Yeah, congratulations on PLRZ, everybody. Alrighty, congrats, congrats, congrats. This stock did really well yesterday, and it showed some really good momentum into the close as a swing. Done well this morning as well. So make sure you have a plan. Don't diamond hand this stuff. Not sure how much cash these guys have on hand. Um, Not sure how much cash they have on hand. Let me take a look, actually. PLRZ. See, now I'm going to need to go dig a bit more because it doesn't quite show me on that initial filing. And I really don't want to look right now. But so hopefully no offerings there. So make sure you have a plan, please. Good morning, Mimo. Good morning. Matt, what's your position in RKT? Pally's hitting new highs there as well. KOSS is halted down, by the way, right? So you can see the resistance up there. Pump at the open, resistance, slap, halted down. And we just came back for a retest here for PLRZ. So again, these two stocks, these are probably the two main stocks for now still, right? AMOD, right? AMOD's done a good job with that 180, actually. It just can't seem to clear $2 for some reason. It's just having such a hard time at $2. So just be careful up there, please. Right? You can see all of those wicks, right? So that level is important. But for now, PLRZ is like, you know what, guys? There's nothing else. It's just me. Just me, you know? I'm the one. I'm the one. Again, congratulations if this was a swing play, right? So I remember you again. The question in Discord was like, is this a swing play? And we said like, if it's running like it is into the close, then yeah, right, easy swing. If it's running into the close, right? Because that kind of gives you an idea of what everybody else is doing. And when you're looking for swing plays, that's always that's an important key factor, right? Yeah, 16 months. Thank you, DP. Thank you. Where did you find that? Nothing at the moment. Matt. Okay, I'll take a look in a second. Here we go. So 120, 220 breaking here. Alrighty. So looking very, 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 very good. What an absolute beast, guys. What an absolute beast PLRZ's been. DP, you're happy today, aren't you? Good. Good. Especially after Pew Pew, right? Good. Happy for you. So again, 220 is going to be your next potential problem here, right? Even though we're wicking above it, 220 is a problem. So just be careful up there, please. Alrighty. Again, we posted this one in Discord yesterday, right? From 90 to 95 cents, below $1, right? And we've never been back to that level again, which is amazing. So just be careful as we push up. Make sure you're slowly moving those stop losses up, right? So again, if you took that and you stayed in it, not a problem. If you sold and you got back in, not a problem. If you're scalping, not a problem, right? So there's never a wrong way to play these positions. There just isn't, you know. The only wrong way to play them is you get in and you sell, and then you complain about like, oh, I should have stayed in it. That's the only wrong move. Ready? So then you're looking for that supply zone up there, Danny. So closer to 240. Jim is in. Let's go. I'll take a look at that in a second. It's always hard in the morning when everything's going crazy, you know. Always difficult in the morning with all of the chaos. MKZR. Yeah. No, IXHL is done really well. Perfect. Don't forget to smash a like, guys, if you haven't already. Please and thank you. It always helps nice and early on. I would really appreciate that. Alrighty. Again, take a second, smash a like. Hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. And if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot and come join us. Alrighty. So PLRZ is still looking like the best name since even after yesterday, right? Yeah. So Tukul, good morning. I've been watching your streams for a while. In order to be a Discord member, I have to join on your channel. Yes, correct. So click the link at the bottom. Sign up for the level that says Legend. Once you do, then you get the link to join us in Discord. Yeah. Alrighty. So again, 220 is our next problem here, right? Even though we wicked above it and made brand new highs, 220 is always a problem. So now the question is, can we retest this demand zone, which it looks like we are, and stay above it? I think Chris is just re-signing up. Chris? Oh, Chris is upgrading to let's go, Chris. Welcome to Legends. Let me know if you need the link to join to get back into Discord, Chris. Alrighty, so again, we still like PLRZ, right? Nothing wrong with that. The other one that's doing really well that we really haven't pulled it up yet is I mentioned it earlier, MKRZ, right? Yeah, like sometimes you say ZR. The Mackenzie stock, this one's been flying. There isn't really, there's not a catalyst on this one. So you want to be careful with stuff like this, especially when the candles are so long, right? And you can kind of see how we hit that supply zone at 160, 165 and then backed off, right? So you sold, let's go, $645, Mimo. So Mimo's watching on Twitter, guys. And Mimo, yeah, well done. Congratulations. Now you can join us in Discord, Mimo. Well done. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So again, I want to see this thing, kind of consolidate in this demand zone, the previous breakout zone, right? So anywhere around closer to 190. 190 to 180 should be like kind of the bounce level here for this thing. Yeah. Alrighty. So again, that's the favorite name for now. And then some of the other names are just, not really doing much. Right? AMOD's done a good job holding 180, but dang. So now you're almost getting a double bottom here. So if you're still watching AMOD, you almost want it to just give you a double bottom. If not, the last hope is $1.60 at the 200 EMA. Right? So this thing needs to start curling, bouncing at some point here. If not, they're gonna flush it. So just be mindful there. Alrighty. Zuzi's done okay. Like it's slowly popping there as well. Zoo with a Z at the end. RGC with a pop. Pally's been doing okay this morning. PALI. Right? Pally. Palisade. Right? So it's done okay this morning with nice little spikes. Good entry point here. SBET. Let me take a look. What's SBET at? Yeah, it's testing that 25 again. It needs to now it would need to consolidate there though. Let me take a look at American Battery Energy here because you've done really well with this one, Jameson. Yeah, that was a nice pop. That was a nice pop there. Back to the main stock, guys. PLRZ. We can kind of play around with the other names, but I'm working on the rebuild estimate. Okay. We can play around with these names, but then we always end up coming back to the main stock, There we go. Wiggles is trying to come back a little bit here. So Wiggles is trying to come back as well here. So that looks good. Pally is just flying there still. Right, so nothing too crazy. You're done for the day? Let's go, Dan. Come on. Did you you shorted, didn't you? I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Well done, Dan. Well done, well done, well done. Dan says, let me remind you guys who the king is. Let me remind you. Maybe. Okay. Copy. RGC with another little baby pop there. Another little baby pop there. Perfect. Yep. Into support and boom. Like up the 200 EMA. Oh. Okay. Pally hit that supply and then said, rejected, right? Sometimes you don't want to play too much in these with these supply zones. AMOD is just doing absolutely nothing here. So you're really hoping for a double bottom if you're watching or still in this, right? And then PLRZ is the main stock, right? The main name. If you're still in PLRZ, type yes in the chat. Yeah. Your stock go down. What stock are you in, Samir? What stock? You're done? Yeah. What stock are you in? There we go. PLRZ. I mean, if you were holding the main play, right, Samir? There we go. 222. Love it. Dan's still in there. Amy's still in there. MJ is still in there. So now we're retesting the top, right? So PLRZ is doing exactly what it needs to do, right? Exactly what it needs to do. Come back, retest the demand zone, and then pop. So our resistance is still that 120-ish, guys. So be mindful up there, right? Just keep moving those stop losses. Open and GoPro. Open has been pumping for so long now, though, that like that thing needs a healthy pullback. And also GoPro was running since last night, right? To this morning. So it needed to kind of dip. Anyways, there goes 240. Oof, my goodness, guys. Samir, see, you could have been in the right one, you know? Beautiful. 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 Beautiful, everybody. So $2.40. My goodness. PLRZ has no competition. Just straight violence. My goodness, everybody. $2 you did, Jay? I mean, to 240. Pretty nice scalp, right? Let's go, Jameson. Let me zoom out again. So we looked at this daily chart yesterday and there was a lot of room to the upside. The reason why there was a lot of room to the upside was because look on the left-hand side, right? This is a split stock. So when you do these splits, right? If I switch to regular candles, you're going to see you're going to see gaps, right? You see those gaps? You see those gaps, right? These are potential gaps to fill. Like that thing, if that thing wanted to squeeze, that thing could say, you know what, screw this. There's a post-split gap at $7. Let's go for it, you know? So this is why I don't like using some of these candles sometimes, because they can make you excited. Right? Like there's a lot of room to the upside because you don't really see like, you know, congestions, you know, like previous resistance levels, previous support levels. Like you don't see it, especially the split doesn't help either though, because these guys did a split like in June, end of May, right? End of May there was a 1 for 250 split, so there was a massive split there, right? That's why the float is, you know, 6 million. So again, there's a lot of room to the upside, but I wouldn't be paying attention too much to that, right? So I'm gonna switch back to Heikki Nashi candles so we don't get too excited, you know? Okay, let's go back to the 1 minute time frame. So for now, I would just mainly just focus on the supply zones on the smaller time frame. You can see that there's a brand new supply zone at $2.40. Right, so the red zones will be, like short-term warnings. Alrighty, you're all out. Well done, Mimo. Alrighty, so again, you can see a bit of a supply zone here for PLRZ, right, at 240. So these supply zones are here because we've created, previous levels of like selling in the past. Like if we zoom out and we go back far enough, you're gonna see it, right? So I don't know if I want to do that, but I'm just gonna do it. Let's scroll back here. I can always switch time frames and do it, but this is you can kind of see that this level has been a problem, right? So if we go back to May, you can see the problem, right? So these supply zones don't just show up because they want to show up. They show up because there's a reason to be there, right? The last time this 240 level was a problem, right? $2.40 was a problem. So these candles just kept going up there and failing and failing and then we eventually crashed. So that's why sometimes when you see these red zones, they're there for a reason because they're reading a few months in the past and they're like, hey, this might not be a problem, but just pay attention to it. So now when we're looking at this 2 months in the future, you're like, okay, you know what, 240, let me just be careful at 240 because I know there's a problem there. Alrighty, so that's kind of how those supply zones come into your charts, right? They're just there to kind of help you, look at the past, predict the future. Alrighty, so for now, 240 is a problem. So if we can break above 240, then there's a lot more room to the upside. Cool. Netty, good morning. Good morning. Hey, you need that breakout, Jameson. You need the breakout. SPY's dipping still. Surprise. I think SPY is really, using these headlines as pops, but selling off. Love it. So, when IPO, the 3 IPOs today, guys. I don't know if we care about any of these IPOs. They've all been priced for today, right? So the first one's a $15 IPO. The bottom 2 are $4 IPOs. So Bank of America and Goldman Sachs, they're bringing this one, right? So maybe this one will do better, but it's a $15 IPO. So we'll see. And then the bottom 2, not really familiar with them as, potential pump people, but we'll see, right? So again, IPOs haven't been hot, right? So yeah, we'll see what they do. Yeah. So again, 240 resistance. Make sure you're moving your stop losses up. Marco made $800, guys. Marco, give me a high five. Well done. High five. $800 on PLRZ. Love it. Love it. Congratulations. Send it, Jameson. Send it. Zuzi is still like creeping up, right? So again, we've mentioned this one a few times. ZOOZ, right? Nothing too crazy. It's 41%, 37%, but it's done well, right? Breakout, retest of the breakout, and then boom skis, right? So not bad at all. And then obviously you have a supply zone there closer to 320, right? I think your range though is 320, 330, but not too bad. Let's go, Mimo. You've been cooking. Almost $2,000 now, Mimo. Almost $2,000 now. Let me send this over. There we go. So $3, 320 is your next resistance there for Zuzi. Alrighty. PLRZ is coming back for a bit of a retest just because we've hit a major level of resistance. Alrighty. Uh, there we go. Perfect. So I want to see the retest of the kernel here, or what happens around 210. Alrighty, 220 to 210. I want to see if we can find a base there, and then go from there. Wiggles is still in that range, right? $15 seems to be a major resistance level for that thing. When Village, yeah. So again, I don't think anybody should be surprised though that we're dipping from 240, right? Because 240 is a problem. AMOD just hasn't done much, right? But the only good thing about this stock is that it's still above the 200 EMA. So as long as you stay above that 160 level, you still have a chance, Chris. Alrighty. So as long as you stay above the bottom of the range there, you have a chance. As long as you stay above that bottom. No, 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 no. Perfect. There we go. Okay, back to PLRZ here. So it looks like we're coming all the way down, right, to retest. Again, not surprised. So when you're testing major levels like that, you want to scale out or put a stop loss. Alrighty. So keep in mind again, this thing was below dollar yesterday, right? So we've more than doubled. So people are going to take gains every time they see a major level, key level of resistance. So for now, let's see where we consolidate at. Alrighty. So I don't really see anything that's concerning yet, other than that resistance. So we can retest and stay above. We're still above the 50, the VWAP, the 200 EMA, the demand zone. We're above everything. Previous low, right? So no concerns yet. But you want to be aware of levels like that and take profits, or put a stop loss. Just in case if we don't break that level and we drop like we did last time a few months ago, you're not like, oh my goodness, I lost it all because I was greedy. Alrighty. Brian, same. Nothing's changed here. Make sure we stay above 160. Nothing's changed. And then Zuzi is still failing at resistance. Dip there. Donuts just not done much. Alrighty. Thank you. Hey, Lauren. Good morning. Good morning. I think it was important though that we find out where the supply zone was coming from. Yeah. Samir, why are you losing money? What happened? What did you do? Samir says, I'm gonna block you, bro. I'm gonna block you. That's okay. You don't have to be here. Alrighty? You don't have to be here. I hope you do well, but you don't have to be here. Ready? What did you do though? How did I make you lose money? Help me out, please. I want to know. Maybe we can help you. Maybe I can learn no, not that it's funny that you lose money. I just think it's always funny when people say stuff like that. Yeah. Vena, yeah. Jen, that thing better start moving. Better move. Rubbish. Yeah. No, Samir's just been complaining all day today because he was in open. You could tell Samir was going to be a problem because the first thing he said was, every time I watch you, I lose money. And then I'm like, what are you in? He's like, I'm in open. Okay, open has been up like 300% and you're losing money. Congratulations. You played yourself. AMOD, yeah, AMOD is holding that 200, so that's a really good thing. Exactly, Yogi. No, so nice little pop there for AMOD, right? So this one isn't fully done yet. Nothing ever is, as long as we stay above the 200 EMA. So yeah. Shane, Yeah, so looking good. I think there was someone else that was in this. Brian, right? Brian, are you still in this one? If you are, you should be green in that position, right? You should be green in that position. Let's go hopscotch. Let's go. Um, where does it hit the demand zone for CLSD? CLSD. Let's take a look. CLSD. Oh yeah, that demand zone is probably long gone. Maybe a supply zone. I'm just waiting for it to load. My charts seem to be very slow this morning, Winterfell. Right? Your demand zone will probably be closer to, yeah. So your demand zone will 45, 46. For the cup and handle, you're probably looking for like 51 to 50 cents there, if we want to dip. And then obviously we're going to be hitting resistance here closer to the VWAP, right? So VWAPs. So anywhere from 56 to 60 cents, and it looks like, yeah, so maybe a cup and handle. Not sure if we hold the 9 EMA, if we just want to come all the way down, right? So we can match this level on the left hand side, so it also looks like an inverse head and shoulder, right? So 250 EMA kernel, and psychological 50 cents. I mean, yeah, so 51 to 50 cents. Let's go, Jameson. Jameson cooked on this one. Jameson's been spamming this one in the chat, right? Spam, 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 spam. You sold the position, Jameson? Well done. Well done, well done, well done, well done. So let me take a look at this other one that we talked about yesterday, right? So REPL, right? It's finally trying to move. Again, these guys had more cash in the bank. I'm not sure why it struggled as much as it did. But again, we said, they had horrible FDA news, right? Horrible FDA news. But the cash that they have on hand is worth $8, right? So at least we're back above. At least we're back above that $3. Alrighty. So there's a bit of a supply zone at 330, 335 here, though. So just be careful there. Just be careful there. Varun, what's your question for space? Are you wondering if it's going to space? Going to space. Tender? Yeah. Yep. 10 seconds ever since opening. James, that's annoying. Let's see. Yep, that thing said screw that. Let's just go. Yep. That thing said let's go. Let's push. CLSD. So 60 cents into the supply zone. Alrighty. 60 cents. 60 pennies. Yeah, still waiting for PLRZ to consolidate and show signs of a curl here. Right, that VWAP is going to act as a bit of a base, but then we know that the actual support is closer to this level, right? So between 190 and 185 there, let's see if it can curl in that range. And then CLSD is looking good. Let's go, Jameson. Well done. For space, Varun, I'll take a look. I'll take a look in a second. Yeah, Pyro's been spamming this one as a really good swing play, and it's done really well, right? Done really well there. AMOD just keeps fighting, So now we're testing the VWAP here, which is a good thing. Yep, it's looking for that VWAP. Looking for the VWAPs. Yeah, let's see if it actually closes above $2 this time though, because now we're basically back to that same resistance, right? So I'm just gonna put a line there. If you look to the left-hand side, it's annoying that the price action's been annoying for this one, but that $2 has been the main problem, right? The main problem. Ooh, that thing said screw that. That thing said screw that. Screw that. I don't like the way that candle broke out, right? If you were in a position, that's nice, right? But you want to be careful because sometimes you get candles like that. And if you're going to form on the breakout, then you're catching it at the top. So that can be quite annoying. So just be careful with that. Alrighty. And then you can see your next supply zone at $2.30. That's a really nice pop though. Knowles, well done. Congrats if you bought this thing on the curl back up. Alrighty. Congratulations. Again, resistance up there between 220 and 230. Why do I feel like Samir is a troll, guys? Samir, is that what you're in now? Are you actually playing with the stocks we're playing with, or are you just spamming random stuff? Anyways, some people need Jesus, but anyways. Let's go, AK, the criminal. Whenever you decide to so $2.30 is your resistance on this thing. Alrighty, so right there, 230. Brian, for now your resistance is 230. If we break above that, then you're looking for 250. Good morning, Alan. Ayo. CLSD actually came back to retest the bottom of that range, Winterfell and Bailey, right? So 51 to 50 cents. So popped into the resistance area, right? And then they slapped it to retest. So let's see if it stays above now. Yep. Yeah. And then looks like we're holding the VWAP and the 50 and the demand zone for PLRZ for now. So let's see if we can stay above that. You don't know why you're being ignored, Grounded? No, you're not being ignored. Again, IHL is a name we've been talking about for quite some time now, right? So, it's up 10%, right? As nice as it looks, there's not a whole lot to say about this until we cross $1, right? We looked at this yesterday as well, and we need to break $1, right? That's the most important level. So below that, we've just been in the same range since yesterday. Like, look at this. Yesterday, same thing, right? All day. This morning, same thing. So there's not a whole lot to say about IXHL until we actually break out. So I'm not ignoring you. It's just, waiting for the exactly, yeah. So there's waiting for breakouts. There's waiting for for the news, right? Crypto, yep. But we'll see how well it performs. We shall see. Yep, there you go. You had faith. It was fighting this AM, Dan. Congratulations, by the way. Alrighty, congrats. So those were the top two names coming into the open, right? AMOD and PLRZ. So they've both, at least they both hit brand new highs. So that's a good thing. I still need to look at space. I will in a second, Varun. Alrighty. So 230 resistance here for AMOD still. So if you're in, just be aware of that. 1277. Okay. Who's timing? Is this you, Dan? Is this like your secret account? Why do I feel like this is Dan's secret accounts? Oh my goodness. He's been asking if you could say hi to him. His name is Anton. Let's go, Anton. Hi. Good morning. How are you? Learn from your dad. Don't do what he does. Just do it better. Okay. Um. Hi. That's not you. That's funny, Dad. You're new timing. Okay. Welcome to the community. I say that because Dan's used the same picture from for like memes and stuff. So look at that. AMOD brand new highs. Shish. That thing said, "Let me cook, please." Eric, that's your favorite meme, your favorite GIF. Yep, that thing said, "Zoom zooms, let me go." So nice pump, very nice pump. You see why though? Like the open is not it, guys. You know, like the open, you don't need to be excited at the open. Like, oh my goodness, what is the stock? What is this? Like you give it a few minutes and the good names will start to show up, right? This one happened really quickly, but again, this is also why we keep saying as long as the stock is staying above the white line, above the 200 EMA, you never count it out, right? This is the line. If we go below this level, then you're like, okay, fine. You know what? I don't like this anymore. But if a stock performs in pre-market, even if it is dipping at the open, as long as this white line is holding, there's always a chance, right? And in this case, boom booms, right? PLRZ is still, playing games, holding, but playing games, right? We just popped almost to 220 there and then came back down a little bit. So, yeah. So that still looks fine. So again, the two main stocks are looking okay. Right, and then REPL, we talked about this yesterday because we thought it was undervalued, right? So closer to $3, it played games there, right? We actually went closer to that 68 we talked about. So again, 290, we dipped all the way to that next level, and then we went boom skis from that level. So that's actually perfect for this one, right? So you could have easily had a stop loss right below 290 and then got back in at the all-time low, right? And then back to the highs, right? That was kind of the plan there. So beautiful. And then IXHL, again, people have a lot of questions for this one, but it needs the news and then it needs to break above $1. Alrighty. Yeah. So I don't mind. I kept it because it was a smaller position, Jaden. Right. I would have added if I was paying attention, but if stuff like that happens at the open, I'm not always paying attention. Yeah. So easier to manage when it's a smaller position. I will usually post those stop losses though, because those are meant for you guys, Jaden. Because I don't want someone coming back and saying, "Oh, but." No, we talked about the game plan, right? So if we break below 290, you want to look for closer to closer to the all-time low, right? For your next potential gamble, right? Which is exactly what happened. End of July, tomorrow, but no guarantees exactly. So maybe a run into the end of the week, maybe. Yeah, end of the week run, and then AMOD is coming back to retest the 9. Head of security, Master Roshi. Yeah, monies. Uh. Oh, okay. Let me respond to your message then. Let me scroll back up here and see if I can find your message. Maybe I just respond in DM though. Um, yeah. So usually the issue is sensitivity. Um, and have a great Let's go, Knowles. Well done. My cat loves me. Hello, hi. Yeah, see, grounded. Yeah, you're up for 200%, right? From days ago. Yeah. So, yep. So we're retesting the highs of the day here for REPL, right? REPL. Let's see. Let's go. Any info, Sai? What's your position? What information would like? What's your position? What's your question? There's a good or a bad chance. Yeah, I just think questions like that, Long Island, are not really helpful to you. You know what I mean? If I could tell you the future, honestly, I would. If I could look at a chart and say, hey, this is what guarantee you that this is the future, I would. Um, I think we're playing a game that's so complicated, so you just kind of have to make decisions based on the information you have and then live with it. Alrighty. So when you're asking questions like, oh, what are the chances of this stock making a brand new all-time high? I mean, I'd like to say yes, the chances are good, right? But yeah, you don't want to make decisions based on that. Alrighty. 100 shares. You're never selling, grounded? You will at some point, promise. You will. A PLRZ is still holding the demand zone, which is good, right? So there isn't a. I know, right? I need a crystal ball. Zuzi is making brand new highs, guys. So Zuzi is testing the that supply zone again at the top there. Zuzi is actually not bad, like it's done okay. Done okay. Later. Yeah, I don't know why the sensitivity is different for some people, I don't know why it's like that. Yeah, I'll look into that. I'll talk with Rob. Rob's on a work trip to Mexico too, so he's been busier. IXHL is pushing for the highs of the day, so that's looking good. Alrighty, so that $1 break would be really, really, really important for this thing. $1 break. Type yes in the chat if you're still in REPL. Type yes in the chat if you're still in REPL. Yeah, no, Rob went to Rob had to travel to Mexico. Poor Rob. Yeah, REPL looks nice. Crypto, you in there? Then are you in there as well? Sounds good. 7, yeah. Yeah, $1 is coming. Natalia, ayo, how are you? How's your morning? But would be surprised 10%. Yeah, Winterfell. I think that's the right way to play it. right? I think that's the right way to play it. Good so far. Good. I like it. Yeah, IXHL looks really, really good. Really, really good. Really, really good. So again, the reason we don't talk about it like every second is because this is also a stock that's been talked about, for quite some time now. So, you know, yeah, AMOD, yeah. So supply zone and then retest, right? This is very common, right? So again, um, whenever a stock is breaking above a key level like this, especially when it's really struggles, there's a breakout. There's usually a retest. So that's exactly what's happening. The 299, that's not too bad though, right? Green is green, right? So now you want to see that thing kind of consolidate in and around like $1.95 to $2. Yeah, yeah. Samir, you still in your position? Yeah. Again, I think the right way to play it is how Winterfell is playing that position. So there's the beautiful cup and handle we drew earlier, right, Winterfell? So there's the chart magic, Bailey. Yeah. So we initially bounced without even coming into the cup area, the cup and handle area, but then we eventually did, right? So 200 EMA, 50 cents, all the right things, and then pop back to into the mid 50s. So CLSD looking good. That's a sidecar on yep. Yeah, but that VWAP is still a problem, right? 56, 57. Yeah, 56, 57. Erica says, do you ever like to watch the 5 minute for technicals or not really? Just curious on and why not. So yeah, yes and no. On a name like IXHL, it really is a good like we can do that, right? So I'll explain why. On a name like this, we can. The reason we can on a name like this is because it's a multi-day run and we have a lot of data, going back a few days. The reason why I like to just stick to the 1 minute time frame, especially after looking at the major time frames, is because we're dealing with momentum stocks, right? The 1 minute is such a perfect time frame where you're not like you have enough data on the 1 minute candle to make the right decision, but it's not like it's because on the 30-second chart or the 10-second chart or the 15-second chart the candles are just coming and going. There's not enough information in there, right? So you're almost like you're just going back and forth, too much chaos. The 5 minute is so far away though that like if you're waiting for a 5 minute candle on a momentum stock to make a decision, by the time that 5 minute candle closes, you're 50 cents away from like the entry you wanted to take, right? So there's just too much there. Too much time goes by on a 5 minute candle for you to make the right decision, especially on the momentum stock. Again, remember momentum, right? If it's momentum, I want to stick to a time frame that shows me that momentum in the right time frame. So that's why I like looking at the 5 minute, the 1 minute time frame on these momentum stocks, especially when like it's pumping at the open or like when when the news initially comes out. Like I want to get that information on the 1 minute time frame because if I wait 5 minutes, like it's gone. You know what I mean? So that's kind of why. But again, on a name like IXHL, though, where like it's been running for multiple days, then you're like, oh, okay, you know what? I can watch the 5 minute time frame. Maybe I shouldn't be looking at the 1 minute time frame because there's enough information here for me to make decisions on the 5 minute. Also, I don't want to be panicking every minute or so on the because you have the information. Good, Pyro. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people have questions like that. Why we do the 1 minute? It's because we're playing with garbage, right? So we're playing with garbage. We want to stick to a garbage time frame, but not too garbage like the 15 second. So we're like red green, red green, red green. So again, if you're watching IXHL in the 5 minute time frame, you're just sitting back and relaxing, right? Like look at this. The 5 minute is beautiful for this. There's a reason why, right? The reason is because we have all the data we need on this one, right? Whereas if I look at this information on for the 5 minute on a different stock, you're like, what's going on here? How come these candles are, yeah, yeah. No, Oris, that's why I asked you, Samir. Oris looks okay. AMOD is still sitting at that, retest zone at $2, which is not surprising, right? But it needs to start curling. PLRZ is also just consolidating, right? Around $2 here. And then CLSD is failing at the VWAP, which is also not a surprise, right? So the VWAP is always a bit of an obstacle. Again, REPL is also failing at $2, $3 and 30 whatever. Also not a surprise because you can see the supply zone there, right? The double cross, over like the one supply zone on top of the other, right? So yeah, otherwise exactly Raven, exactly. Zuzi is still just failing at resistance. Everything just seems to have like a perfect level, that it's failing at. Copy. Just looking. Oh, that thing said, yep, dipskis. Yep. That thing said, let me come back and test the opening range again. Stop. And this is why we keep saying, like, hey guys, remember, right? Remember. This thing was below $1 yesterday, right? As much as we might like this company and it's like, oh my goodness, this is gonna go to the moon, it doesn't work like that, right? So we knew that 240 was a problem, right? This is not a surprise. Right? We zoomed out and we looked 3 months ago. 3 months ago, this thing crashed from the same spot. Right? So when we get there again, you want to be very, very careful. Like I said, you're either taking gains, you're selling, or you're putting a stop loss. Right? So for now, let's see if we can stay above that opening range. Alrighty? If we can, then cool. If not, then problems. Right? So always have a plan. Scale out at resistance. Don't diamond hand. Alrighty? Spy is still holding that 200 EMA, so that's good. Okay, there we go. Craziness, Jameson. Craziness. And here goes CLSD. Yeah, so there's a bit of a double top at 60 cents here. But nice, perfect cup and handle though, right? Kind of. It's like a cup and handle and a cup and handle. Wolf, I'll take a look. But yeah, this one's done really well with the bottom of the range. And PLRZ trying to hold that 180 zone there, so hopefully it does. Alrighty. And let me pull up Wolf really quickly on the right hand side here. Wolf speed. Yeah, it basically just So we looked at this a while ago, right? And you can see that line here. It's because we looked at it a while ago and there was resistance at $2. So we basically just came to the same line and failed. So heel toe cam, $2 is your next resistance, and then $1.75, $1.70, your next potential support there. Yeah, you're looking for 180. Yeah, hopefully. Wiggles is still getting slapped here, right? So 15 cents. That thing really struggled at 15 cents. So that would have been again. Whenever you see resistance, consider scaling out, right? Raven's been scaling out really nicely. So don't just sit there and pray, because you'll be entered. And then still waiting for that IXHL breakout. Grande, you got stopped out? Okay. Yep. Let's see. And SPY coming back for the retest there. AMOD is breaking down. Yeah, everything's looking a bit sus. There we go. One second, guys. $0.60 when breakout. So one of those Discord memberships expired. Two. No. Yeah, that thing really wants to break 60 cents there, doesn't it? Na. 60 cents. Yeah, there's too much resistance up there, Winterfell, on that thing. Okay, there we go. Yep. Yeah, Moso 180 for Joseph for PLRZ. Maybe maybe later. Yeah, those candles look okay though. Not to get entered too many at times. I would hold and then an offering. Exactly, Raven. Yeah. Shane, your next support for this one? Yeah, I want to say $1.80 there, but you almost don't want it to get there. But yeah, so $1.80. Jameson, maybe, maybe. Joseph, yeah. It's always good to wait for a little bit of consolidation, right? Wait for that curl. Mm. Cannot be cancelled. There we go. Ryan, welcome. Welcome, Ryan. I just had to fix. Yeah, Ryan, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, that thing doesn't look like it's quite given up yet, Winterfell. We'll see. REPL, same, right? Like it's just sitting in the same range there. So we'll see if that thing can eventually break out. And then IXHL is just chilling at the top. So there's really no concern. $1.80 is holding for AMOD still, which is good. And then PLRZ, 180, same support. Funny enough, those two stocks have the same zone. Right? 180 for both of those. Yeah. Needs to do more wiggling. Yeah. Wiggling to the bottom. Probably retesting 10 cents. Yeah. Probably retesting 10 cents. Yep. Ryan, let me know if you need the link to join us in Discord, Ryan. You should be good. I think you're just re-signing up. But yeah, let me know if you need a link though. What's Spy doing here? Spy is interesting, isn't it? Like, is it gonna actually bounce up this level, or what is it gonna do? Very, very interesting. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, it's dipping. All right, hence why you want to wait for that thing to consolidate at $1.80 if you're actually interested, right? Hopefully, no one's holding this thing that got in from the very top, right? We talked about that resistance. Yep, probably. So I bet you we're coming back to retest that opening range, right? So if you look to the left-hand side there, right? So right here-ish. Yeah. Wes, I like it. I like it. ABP with a bit of a pop too, Raven. A little bit of a pop there. Why did everything all of a sudden just slow down? Slow down. AMOD is holding that down 180 for now, so that's good. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm not quite sure. I think that would be the most interesting one, Gmail user, just because it has some bigger banks behind it, right? Goldman Sachs, Bank of America Securities, so it's a bit more expensive, $15. So I don't know. We'll see, right? The other two, I'm not quite sure of. I think at this point it's more so based on performance post IPL or the bids into the IPL. We can take a look at the website in a bit, and like especially the first one, see what it looks like. Alrighty, and then go from there. Good. uh, okay. Tradable. Okay, I see. Pin. Jay, let's go. Green for the day. Funds have been used green every day this week. I've almost doubled my account, rewatched trading videos, and decided I was done losing money. Let's go, Jay. Let's go. Well done. Absolutely, Jay. Well done. See, that's what happens when someone's willing to invest in themselves and put in the work, right? Because it does take a lot of work. Jay's put in a lot of work. He's watched a lot of videos, and he sent me a lot of DMs. And I've ignored a lot of those DMs, like I do for everybody else. But we've also had a lot of conversations on one-on-ones, right? So again, you know, um, that's what happens when someone's willing to say, you know what, like he said, right, I'm done, I'm willing to put in the work and get this, right? So that's what happens. That's what happens. I like it a lot. Well done. CLSD doesn't, yeah, that thing really doesn't look like it's done yet. There we go. Next. When breakout. Always Mario? Yeah, that's a fake voice. If yeah, I think no, no. So Jay and I have an understanding. He sent me a lot of DMs. I ignore them because we wait to cover those DMs on one-on-ones. So I so it's fine, Michelle. Yeah, sometimes I ignore your DMs because I know we're gonna talk about that in one-on-ones. Let me take a look at this IPO. What is it doing here? So $4 IPO currently sitting at 420. It's had quite a few candles actually, right? And it's tested that $4 exactly and then held. Let's see. So yeah, 420. It doesn't seem to have a whole lot of volume now. That's the only downside. That is the only downside. There we go. CTOR. What's SPY doing here again? SPY is just chilling at that 200. Is that the yeah, that's the 50. So I don't know what it's gonna do there. Don't know what it's gonna do. Tanking. Yeah. So again, watch $1.65-ish, Joseph. Right. Yeah. And then AMOD is testing the 200 EMA here. So watch that magic white line. If you're in a position, make sure that it holds. Alrighty. CLSD is still looking for that breakout. So a cup and handle in a cup and handle. IXHL still failing at that resistance. Not surprised. Michelle, why are you in the wrong position or what? Why? Why do you need to do that? Don't forget to smash a like, guys. Don't forget to smash a like, please, and thank you if you haven't already. I would appreciate that. Yeah, try not to send me questions in DM, guys, especially when you can ask in Stock General on stream. Yeah, because then I'm probably gonna miss it, or just ignore your DM. Not in a bad way though. Sometimes you send me a message and you're like, hey, what's the support for this stock? Yeah, like if like I'm always looking at Stock General or the stream chat, right? So yeah, so if you send me that DM, sometimes I don't always respond to that DM. Like in the time that you need me to respond to that DM. Whereas if you tag me in Stock General, yeah, it's gonna get answered like right away. Yeah. Dad, no. I don't want to see a picture of your breakfast. uh, I don't want to see a picture of your breakfast. Unbelievable. Thomas, of course. Yes, yes, yes. Do, 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 do. Uh, 432s. Waiting for it to. Okay, sounds good. Sniper, yeah, I like that plan. Yeah, I would like to see the markets rebound, just like we did yesterday, right? That 200 EMA would have been a perfect spot. That would have been a beautiful spot. Yeah, you might have sent it to the wrong person, Grounded. I usually get back to DMs unless you sent it to the wrong one. Again, don't get scammed in Discord, guys. Don't click on links, especially if they're not like YouTube links, Don't get scammed, please. If someone's messaging you asking for crypto, it's probably not me. AMOD is still holding that 200 EMA here. Okay, can we get something else to break out, guys? We need another breakout. uh, uh, okay. Yeah, hopefully it's nothing then. Yeah, and hopefully it's just an easy fix, Hopefully. It's the stress from futures, Dan. That's what that is. It's the stress in the process before you become successful, Anyways, there goes CLSD. Yeah. There we go. So here comes our 60 cents. 60 cents. Please supply zone on Wiggles, Chris. It is right below that 200 EMA, so 1220-ish. Your main one's been 15 cents though, Chris. Alrighty. And then your demand zone is a double bottom at 1050. When Winterfell mentioned end of the month. Yeah, Winterfell is in the chat. I know you mentioned yesterday and then end of the month as well. So not really sure how. Yeah. $30, Michelle. Islands. That's why Michelle likes Solana over XRP. In May, they said it was expected mid to late July. Okay, mid to late July. Thank you. There you go. So YW, the news. So we knew that that pump for SPY was coming, right? So the question is, do we test this 50 and go back down, or what happens here? TDTH with another nice little pop there. But the one that's done really well is this one, CLSD. But that 60 cents is such an obstacle there, right? REPL, again, we like this one, obviously, right? But you're still sitting at the double top, REPL. I are gonna cook. Let's go. Yeah, so double top on that one. Yeah, SPY. Let's see if we break out here. Looking better though. Looking better. Spikes is ready for those calls to cook. Ready to cook. CLSD wants to go though. But with these penny stocks, you can't really believe 100%. La 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 la. Exactly. I completely agree, Raven. I completely agree. So everybody that's waiting for that IXHL news, please be very careful. Please be very careful. Ready? Please. Please be very careful. Alrighty. Buy the hype, sell the news is a real thing. You know, people have been excited for that news from 20 cents, right? 20 cents all the way to $1. So yeah, hopefully it breaks out and the news is amazing and it keeps going. But just be aware. Whoever was spamming Wolf in the chat earlier, you're looking for a potential $2 breakout here. Potential $2 breakout. That IPO is not really doing much, right? The volume just isn't there. We just made brand new highs, by the way, for REPL. So useful during mid-afternoon. The overnight. Ah, okay. That's interesting in itself, isn't it? Yeah. Mm. Australia. So double tops for now still on REPL. And then we're still looking for that 60-cent break here on this one. La, 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 la. Ah, too funny. REPL. Come on. Oh, yeah. That thing just had a nice pop. The IPO. Yeah. Vena. Yeah. That thing said, wait, who doesn't have volume? Yeah. Damn. So this might be a good thing for the next IPO, actually. Interesting. Nice little pop from $4 though. Nice little pop there. There we go. Yeah, the spread is a little bit interesting, but it's not that bad. When it drops, it's really bad though. It's like 20 cents. Yeah, 419 Mimo. There you go. You're cooking. Yeah, come join us in Discord. Not bad. Again, we've said this multiple times. If you're gonna buy an IPO, it has to be closer to the IPO price, right? Which was $4, right? And a stop loss right below. Right? So if you did that, well, you're okay. If you did that, you're okay, right? $4 to 470. $472. Halo? Yeah, you know, like you asked 4 times, but you were ignored. Goodbye. And thanks for joining already. Halo's been here like for 2 weeks now, and every day we've answered Halo's question. Every day. It's like, what is this? What is this? What is this? Right? So the one day that they don't get the question answered, they cry about it. So much love. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Peace. I'll leave you with balloons. You know? I'm waiting for the stream to give me balloons. Yeah. The stream is like no balloons. No balloons for you. So back to 10-cent spread on this thing here. Back to 40 cents. That 470. Yeah. AMOD, it's still holding the 200. So as long as it stays above the 200. The day you didn't answer, I joined. Thomas, that's the difference, isn't it? Right? That's the difference between success and staying at the same level. Anyways, so AMOD is still holding the bottom. Still holding the bottom there, AMOD, right? And then PLRZ is also still holding that bottom, so that's good. Interesting, okay. There we go. That thing is flying there now. Did anybody FOMO into this IPO? I know Mimo is in this. So again, yeah, CRE is cooking there. Anybody FOMO into this? If it yeah, I'm sure $5 is gonna be a bit of an obstacle there. If it's yeah, so there goes 497. Yeah, you did, Vena. Yeah, so $5 is gonna be a bit of an obstacle. $5. Yep. So again, whenever you play with IPOs, you want to go as close to the IPO price as possible. Stop loss right below because it's dangerous. Anyways, right? So that thing hit $4 exactly and then said thanks, goodbye. And now it's crushing it above 5. Shish. Here we go. Yep. $5. I want to see if that candle actually ends up closing above 5. These are 1-minute candles, even though they look like 5-minute candles. Yeah. So that IPO is cooking. The other stock that's finally breaking out is CLSD, right? So finally broke above 60 cents. REPL is still just playing with $1.35, $1.36, just same resistance there. Alrighty, same resistance there. Again, just remember that these IPOs are scammy. Don't FOMO. Oof, as soon as I was about to say that, don't FOMO at the wrong price, and also don't diamond handed. These things are gonna go up and down, alrighty, like crazy. So yeah, just be careful, please. Alrighty, be very very careful, please. Never. And you only got 500? No, that's okay. I mean, that was $1,000. That was $500 at 5, anyways, right? So pretty nice day's gain. You know, what does diamond hand mean? Diamond hand just means you're holding onto a position, like, and you're not selling, right? You think you're holding a diamond, basically, and you don't want to let it go. So when we say don't, yeah, don't diamond hand, like, don't sit there and think you just found the greatest company in the world, because it will eventually turn to poo poo, and then you will cry about it. What's SPY doing here? SPY's still just struggling at the 50. Struggling at the 50 there. I wonder if it's going to break that 50 or come back and retest the bottom of the range. Spike is still in that call, right? We're waiting for boomskis. Should have figured? No, that's okay. You just always ask if you're not sure. And if there's something that you're really not sure about, there's a channel in Discord called HTGPT, right? You can ask it any questions and it will give you all of the details. So HTGPT. Turns to pew pew. Is that too soon or not too soon? I think it's too soon, maybe. Turns to pew pew. So hard, you're turning coal to diamond. No, you're holding a sapphire, and I think it's a diamond. Yep, more like that. Anyways, anybody holding a CLSD in the chat? I know we mentioned this one a few times, right? That cup and handle at the bottom was nice. Another, dip to the 200, but then you have a lot of supply up here in the 60s. The other IPO is live. So the other IPO is TDIC, right? So let me take a look at that one. So pump and dump on this one, right? It's still holding $4, so that's fine as long as it stays above $4. Let me add one more here though. So TDIC. This one's called Dreamland, by the way, and it's already opening below the IPO price. So that on in itself is not appealing. So yeah, that one's already below the IPO price there. So that's not exactly something I want to see, Nice. JP scalped that thing perfectly. So 415 to 488. Very nice. Wiggles with a nice little pop here. So that double bottom. So you're asking for more wiggling? Well, there's more wiggling, right? So double bottom for WLGS at 1050, 1060, and then pop. So that's looking better, right? Looking better there. So the view app is sitting at 1280-ish. I'm sure that level is going to be a problem. Alrighty, so yeah, seriously, the one you're an IPO and you're already IPOing above like the. What are we supposed to do with that, right? So yeah, yeah. You don't trust it, Chris? You made money though, right? Made a little bit of monies. Maybe Spy wants to come back and retest the bottom again. We shall see. Uh, Again. See. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, guys. Don't forget to smash a like, please and thank you. Let's get to 200 likes, please. Alrighty. Take a second, smash a like. Hit that subscribe if you're new. It really helps when you smash a like, guys. So I really appreciate that if you've done it already. Thank you very much. Hit that subscribe if you're new. And if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot. Alrighty. Click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot. Come join us. CRE is looking okay still. But like it's so volatile, like it's all over the place. So just be careful, please. Pretty please. Is it coming back to live, Jen? I haven't looked at that one today. Let me take a look. Open. Eesh. I don't know if I would say this is coming back to life, right? Again, this is why I keep telling people like don't diamond hand this stuff, right? Some of you guys were like, oh no, Open is an amazing company. I'm never selling it, right? That's fine if you've done the research and all. But like Open went from 50 cents below $1 to $5, right? Like that thing did so well. Of course it's gonna dip, regardless of how much you love it. So now we're sitting at $2 from $5. Like you lost more than half of the value, right? Um, not always a good thing. Not always a good thing. So yeah, you want to be careful with the whole diamond hand thing, right? That IPO still looking okay. That thing can break above $5. Maybe we get a bit more FOMO. Yeah, they are, Sky. They are. Can you please revisit PL and both back to lows, maybe bouncers, Chris? Absolutely. So this with PLRZ, you're looking for again. So like I mentioned last time, closer to $1.65 if it's holding. That's the opening range. That's the pre-market support, right? This level's been holding since last night. So we're sitting at the bottom. Yeah. Close to again 165, 160-ish. Maybe give it another candle to see if it's giving you a higher low on one of these candles. And if it is, then okay, not too bad. Make sure you have a good stop loss though, because these are names that have done well, right? AMOD is still holding that 200 EMA. Same kind of similar story for this one, which is funny. Is like closer to 165 as well. That's where the bottom is at, right? So if you're going to take that position, make sure it stays above that level. If it breaks below, you might want to get rid of it. Alrighty, so same story there for both of those. 3D. There we go, guys. REPL is pushing for brand new highs of the day here. Brand new highs of the day. $3.40. Not horrible. Is it good to buy? CRE? I mean, it was at $4, right? It was at $4. To me, the easiest play was $4. This, we've said this for, however long now. If you're gonna play an IPO, the entry is as close to the IPO price as possible with the stop loss right below. That minimizes your risk. If I get into this thing at 410, right, and the IPO price is $4, I get in at $4, my stop loss 399, that's a pretty minimal loss, right? Whereas when I start looking at it now at 480, now like that's a little bit different, right? So now you maybe want to wait for a break of $5 or something else, or unless we create a double bottom at 440. So we're closer to resistance now than we are to support. It looks really good, doesn't it? Right? So nice dip, nice curl. This is actually beautiful, right? So you need to break above $5 and stay above $5 for the next run there potentially. So you can see, right? We just hit $5 and dropped to 470. So again, $5 double top, right? So either we're double bottoming at 480 or breaking $5. Alrighty. So one of the two. SPY keeps going up there and failing at that 50 EMA. So this chart looks exactly like the other one from the other day, actually. Like it kept playing games like that and then eventually broke out and then ran for the rest of the day. So I wonder if that's exactly what's gonna happen here today. I wonder. Yeah, AMOD. Yeah, it is. So 50 off the 200 and the demand zone, and then boom booms. Next resistance $2. Nice pump. Nice little pump there. Look at this one go, guys. Look at this. Did we talk about this thing, guys? Look at that. So 22% on that. Not horrible. Not horrible at all. Let's see if we can clear that 350 here, though. $350. Yeah, so we need to HKD. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Yep. Spikes. Yep. The good thing though is that it ran after that, so it definitely wants to keep running. Oh, yeah, the sidecars. Yeah, too much stalling in the supply zone there, Winterfell. Right, so again, those supply zones sometimes work like magic. Like magic. PLRZ is holding that level as well, Chris. So Chris, both of these plays, if you got into any of them off the bottoms, guess what? You're happy. Right? So off the support, PLRZ bouncing, AMOD failing at $2 because that's your resistance. TIDC is actually testing that IPO price now, $4. I bet you it's coming back up though because this one's not dying. If this one was dying, the other one would definitely die. Just one fat green candle straight to 635. Yep. You did DNA. There you go. Congratulations. Right? Not bad. Not bad at all. Thank you very much. Perfect. Private been exercised. All warrants have been exercised following the placement. We have a cash balance of 15.68 million. No. Okay. Yeah. So at this point, PLRZ would only do an offering if they wanted to. If they just felt like, okay, you know what, we just want to be Minis. So, yeah. SPY keeps touching that 50 then and failing now. It's like that 50 is like it doesn't like that 50 for some reason. It doesn't like that 50 for some reason. Spikes. It's like, hey, the 50, I don't like you. Anything else happening here? Yeah, so we're just hitting that 50 and just failing over and over and over again. Over and over again. When boomskis spike, when boomskis. Discipline and patience has helped me tremendously. Absolutely. Really, really important. Really, really, really important. Come on, Spy, break out. Break out. Dan, are you still playing or you're done for the day? REPL looks nice though, guys. I don't know. Yeah, maybe Trump is gonna tweet and yeah, you would think so. At the end of the month, maybe we're gonna get more deals before we get to August, right? So maybe more tweets. July 31st. Yeah, we'll take a look at it. 4 minutes and 32 seconds. Yeah. TIDC, guys, that's the other IPO. It's finally popping. Yeah. TIDC just had to open below the damn IPO. You're done, Dan? Okay. Just had to open below the IPO, you know, and then pump it. So 336 to $4.25. I mean, not horrible. 420. 425. Figma. Yeah, there's a lot of hype for that Figma IPO. Not really paying a whole lot of attention to that till we get, you know, closer to the 31st, and then we'll look like the day before. I'm sure it's going to be mentioned so many times, you know, so many times, so many times. Rapunzel, is that what you're calling it now? I like it a lot. Here comes 350. Right? Here comes 350. Again, the part that stood out to me is REPL has cash on hand worth $8, even though the stock was below $3. Right? So if nothing else, there's a bit of a scalp there, you know? So yeah. I definitely wouldn't be going red on that. If you got in close to $3 or below, which most of you guys most likely did, I wouldn't be going red. So put a stop loss, take gains, move your stop loss up, blah, blah, blah. Usual. Right? So RNAS is halted up. Let me take a look. Open has been slowly curling there, which isn't horrible. Yeah, RNAS is done well there. So you halted up at a double top, but halted at a double top. So let's see if it can on hold and actually break out. I hate when stocks halt up at resistance. It's like you couldn't just break out and then do that. NVST. That IPO is still popping, guys. It's halted up now. TDIC is halted up. This is why honestly, this is why, like, as much as we hate some of these IPOs because the IPO market isn't hot, we still pay attention to them, you know. So, because we just had two garbage IPOs do well from the bottoms, you know. Yeah. So we'll see where that thing on halts at. Let me take a look at the other one, Wes. MVST. Nice little pump out there. Was this a swing play for you, Wes? Uh, 3D. I only saw 3 IPOs today, and that one wasn't part of it. It might be, but yeah. La la la. Notification, price and demand. Okay. Oh, here we come. 350 is about to break. Is SPY breaking out yet? Like it's weird the way that it's behaving there actually. It's like sitting at resistance, but then like it's like breaking resistance, but then at the same time like it almost wants to fail, which is interesting. Very interesting there. Yeah, I wonder what it's gonna do. There's a lot of resistance up there. A lot. Wants to. Yep. 370. Looking for re-entry, West. Well done. I like it. I like it. Yeah, when SPY squeeze, well, better start squeezing now. The people are ready for the squeeze. But you do have resistance up here though, so just be aware of that. It's always good to anticipate anything. Exactly, YW. Exactly. And that's why we post them every day, right? This morning we posted all 3 of those IPOs. It's like, okay, you know what? They might be garbage, but you just never know. You really never know. I see you. Hi, I don't like that stock. Be okay. I don't like that stock. There are not very many stocks I don't like, but that one's definitely one of them. Well, actually, maybe there are a lot of stocks I don't like. Oris has done well. RNS is unhalted, guys, and breaking out of that resistance here. So 15 to 1620. See you like HSDT. You from Monday? Yeah. You can tell Spy wants to send it. The markets want to send. They're like, can we send it? Who do we need to ask for approval from? Oris is done okay, right? This one's been mentioned a few times. Had a dip and then a curl. So double top dip into the demand zone, and then curly curl. So nice recovery there. uh, surprisingly, isn't it? Yeah, like this one's doing the other IPO is doing better than the other IPO, right? The one that opened below the IPO price that's supposed to be trash, right? TDIC. Na, 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 na. Yeah, Oris is doing good too. There goes brand new highs there. Sweet chart actually. Oris. Today's been a good day for some of these stocks. Oris is flying there, 45%. Yep, Apple. Yep. Is the meme stock? I mean, it's called Dreamland, right? Dreamland for a reason. This is Dreamland. If you bought it right away. Dreamland. I wonder what they actually do. I mean, we could always look, but so again, the third IPO today is the more expensive one, right? So the two cheaper ones have done well. The $4 IPOs have done well. The TDIC one, this is the Dreamland one. This is the company's website. What the hell is this? Turn your dreams into reality. Okay. Achieve your dreams with us. Creativity. Universe. Uh, yeah, I am so confused. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Boom, guys, look at this. Boom. Boom skis. Boom. Boom. Were we in this ready to go, guys? Were we in this ready to go? Yeah, we were. Yeah, we were. Yeah, we were. Boom skis. We're not even stopping anymore. 30%. Make sure you move your stop loss up though. Make sure you move your stop losses higher, please. Oris is actually looking really, really good, isn't it? So again, congratulations. This thing is flying. Flying. I like it. I like it. I like it. So from 270 to 370, guys. Yeah, not bad. Dead cat bounce? Yeah, absolutely. We'll take it, We'll take it. So we talked about this one yesterday, right? REPL. We talked about this one a lot yesterday as a potential play, right? Again, the FDA, they missed the FDA drug news, right? But the company had so much cash on hand, right? So a $3 stock that's actually worth $8 is a good thing, right? It's not very often we see these penny stocks that are, have enough cash to be worth more than the actual trading price. And then they're meeting with the FDA to potentially, see where they go from there. This would have obviously been easier to buy closer to $3, right? Now it's a bit more expensive, so make sure you don't screw it up. Don't screw it up. What do I think of AMOD? I think you still keep watching the same bottom, right? So that 200 EMA and then watch the low of the day. So closer to 165. If it breaks below that, done. right? The PLRZ, same thing, right? Holding the same bottom. So they're both fighting here to stay above. Both fighting. This one still halted. TDIC still halted. Oris, pretty sweet pump. And then this one's selling off closer to $4 against CRE, right? So $4 support. Alrighty. MVST is done okay still. Done okay, Wes. I didn't have enough conviction. You did? The one? Yeah. So let's see if that thing can stay above. Yeah. We keep going back and forth here for the markets. Like they really want to break out, but they're just like Dan said, the volume is pathetic. Let's go. RNAS. Yeah, I think you might just have failed at the double top there. Yeah. Yeah, don't forget to smash a like, guys. Smash a like, hit that subscribe if you're new, and if you want to join us in Discord, click the link at the bottom of the chat, right? Sign up for the legend level, come join us. And Oris is just flying there, 75%. So 28 and then 30 cents, next two levels. Oris the monster. Anybody holding Oris in the chat? Yeah. Type yes in the chat if you're holding Oris. Granted, yeah. Tesla. Yeah, Tesla reports earnings tonight. So that'll be interesting. Very interesting. And that's a long haul for TDIC, isn't it? It's a long haul there. Yeah, so 28 cents is your next resistance. Daryl and everybody that's saying yes already. So 28 cents. Again, this is a good spot to, scale out, put a stop loss, blah, 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 blah. Alrighty? So 28 cents is your next resistance there. So just be aware of that. So AMOD is still holding that 200 EMA, right? So that's a good thing. PLRZ is doing the same thing. So those two charts are like, they're like siblings. They're like twins. Just doing the exact same thing. The bid is $10. That's interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Yeah, look at Oris, right? Oris just failed that resistance slap, right? From 28 cents. So, surprise, no, not really, right? We knew that level was going to be a problem. So when you're sitting at resistance, you scale out or you take the damn profits. Otherwise, someone's gonna undress you. Alrighty? You scale out, or someone's gonna undress you. So yeah. Here comes REPL, right? So about to break above 370. No. Handala. I like it. It's grounded. I like it. Yeah, 270 to 371. Beautiful. You did, Daryl, 250. I'm glad you did, because if you didn't take those gains, guess what? Slap, right? Not that the stock is done, but sometimes you want to avoid the drama, you know? Sometimes you just want to avoid the drama. If you're holding REPL, type yes in the chat, guys, because this thing is beautiful, right? People are finally catching on to this, right? Finally catching on to this, right? So, nah. Finally catching on to that. Yes. Yeah, I know crypto is like, you know what, let me just put some gamble monies in here. Crypto, well done, right? Gamble money's working. Yep. What's the scoop on this one? So these guys had some the Alzheimer FDA, the Alzheimer drug was rejected by the FDA. So then the stock crashed from like $12, $17, whatever, right? All the way to $3, $2.70. But then we were interested in this one though, because they had enough cash on hand that the stock should be worth $8, right? So that's why we were looking at this, in the twos, right? But now it's all the way at 370. So it's a bit more on the difficult side now, when it comes to FOMO. Yeah. Now imagine if the FDA approves the drug. Ooh. Or if the meeting goes well with the FDA. Anyways, the easy part is done. Now this is the hard part. Trying to FOMO at the top. These two stocks are just kind of consolidating still. MVST looking for a bit of a dip there. My goodness, this stock is still halted. CDIC still halted. There we go. On halted, guys. TDIC. On halt. That thing is flying. Yeah. Again, just make sure you're not diamond handing this stuff, right? We just looked at the company's website. We just looked at the company's website, right? And tell me how this makes any sense. But it doesn't matter. We don't care about the company on the IPO day, right? So this makes zero sense, but it doesn't matter, right? So it seems cool. Seems cool. Trying to delete this silly Nancy Pelosi stuff. 570, congratulations. Yeah. So just know that you're buying trash, right? And you're buying trash and you're okay with that because it's fine. IPOs, most of the time, they're trash. Doesn't make a difference though. We're still going to play with it. Yeah, nice 50% profit. Sniper, well done. Congratulations. OB from 301 out at 350. Give me a high five. Well done. And it's not done yet. We're still pushing for the highs here on REPL, so that looks good. The S&P is finally breaking, finally breaking, finally trying to break. So maybe this time it will actually push back to the highs. Like Spikes mentioned earlier, this is the same playbook as yesterday, right? Dip at the open, play games half of the day, and then pump. So we'll see what that thing ends up doing. I mean, maybe they do have something though, you know. TDIC. Maybe they're like, hey, turn your dreams into reality. What's your dream, guys? What's our dream? Monies. Monies. That video, right? Maybe this was like a, you know, subliminal message. They're like, hey, we know what you guys want. Turn your dreams into reality. I mean, look at the damn thing go, right? Look at this. Straight boom skis from the IPO price. Look at that. That thing is flying. See? Maybe we should have looked at this and said, hey, they're trying to tell us something. No. Make sure you scale out, guys. Make sure you put a stop loss. I would advise that you scale out rather than set a stop loss. You know? Because yeah. Anyways, what's IXHL doing? Are we breaking $1 yet? No, not yet. But it looks really good. Like it wants to, right? So as long as the news isn't out yet, people are gonna keep wanting to buy this thing leading into the news, right? So it looks good. When the news comes out, though, that might be a different story. Might be a different story. Wonder Woman. Out of cash in your real account. Let's go 3D. See, I think they should pay you a percentage. Like there should be a percentage paid. You know, like if you make this amount, right? If you make this amount, like you should get like 1% of your paper trading account. Yeah. Yeah, a bit of a dip there in REPL, right? 77 to 67. And SPY is looking nicer and nicer. Nicer and nicer. Yeah. I think we could tell that thing wanted to pop, right? It just played too many games at the bottom. And IXHL is hitting brand new highs of the day here. Pump it up, Spikes. And the REPL is right back into the 70s already, right? So they're doing some fishy business there for sure. Yeah, these are the candles you wanted, Spikes. This is what you wanted. This is what you asked for. Yeah. Nah. No, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. 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 In mostly in Discord or busy working, Jose. Here comes brand new highs here for REPL. TDIC is halted down, right? So $5 halted down. So from 610 to $5 again. Scale out from these positions, please. Right? No diamond hands. No diamond hands. That was a nice breakout, actually. Good breakout there for the markets. Can we keep running though? Ooh, look at the size of that candle. Wait, did something just come out? Did we just get some type of news or something? Did we just? Oh my goodness! Look at the size of that candle. What just happened? What the hell just happened? Did you sell? Oh my goodness. Damn. Dan's gonna find out the news for us. But because I don't see anything yet. Damn. What is going on? What ticker? This is SPY. So yeah, BLK. Yeah, Spikes is smiling. Come on, Spikes. Did you take the gains? Or not yet? Damn. It's actually holding up quite well. I almost thought they would have raised that thing though. You sold half at the top. Well done, Spikes. Perfect. Yeah, I don't see anything on SPY either. Wow. Oh my days. We made brand new all-time highs, and there goes, guys. Brand new all-time highs again. I don't know what's happening, but yeah, there has to be something, you would think. You know? I wonder. Huh, I'm looking here. US EU close to tariff deal per Financial Times. Oh Lord have mercy. Okay. Deal at 15%. Okay, that makes sense. I also don't know why they wouldn't just announce the news. You know, it's more. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah, so I see the news now. Close on a 15% tariff deal. So this is one of the big three we talked about, right? This seems like silly news to me, but your husband's Tesla calls flying. Yep. Just be careful, guys. Be careful. This isn't something that's actually, like in writing. This is more of a and it's one of these media companies reporting it. So, yeah. Anyways, stuff like that is always a little bit fishy, So just be careful because sometimes we see these moves like erased. So just be careful. These candles are all over the place. All over the place. Hopefully this doesn't become like buy the hype and sell the news, Craziness. These candles are wild. Wild. Craziness. I like it though. I like it. 97%. I like it a lot. IXHL, yeah, 98 cents for IXHL. So that thing wants to break out. Thank you, Dan. There you go. Raven is counting the monies, is what he's doing. Counting the monies. Yes, counting the monies. Well done, Spikes. This is what we asked for, wasn't it, right? This is exactly what we asked for. And boom skis. Dip at the open, play games, boom skis. Damn. What's irritating is I pay a premium for instant financial news, and I'm taking $5,000 a year, and yet the algos get the news faster than me. Pisses me off. Dan, that's what Hot Rate is for, Dan. That's what Hot Rate is for. I'm kidding. But anyways, yeah, I'm sure these guys knew, Dan, like the market maker algos, um, somebody always knows. And when it like when it's SPY, somebody really always knows. The market makers probably have better systems. That's an expensive service, Dan. $5,000 a year just for the news is a good platform. You usually catch it before most people do though. So thank you for the super chat, Dan. Time to earn that end the service. No, Dan usually has really good news. Yeah. Would waive tariffs on some products, including aircraft, spirits, and medical services. Okay. That's actually pretty amazing. Capper's Jungle. That's amazing what you can do with that stuff. Very cool. Hims YOLO. Okay. Yep. I'm making a call right now. Yeah, for sure. This is IHL. Your next resistance is $1. Alrighty, that's your next big level. This is the same resistance we hit 2 days ago, right? Or however long ago. So we've obviously been talking about this thing from 20 cents, 30 cents, right? And the highest we've been so far is that dollar level, right? So that's your next resistance here. In terms of analysis, once we break and we close above $1, and then we'll look a bit more. It was a swing play yesterday, right, Prasad? We talked about this being a swing play yesterday. Now, not quite sure yet. They do have a lot of cash on hand, so it would be a swing play if we're staying above $1.65 or pushing closer to $2. Yeah, so $1, and then we can, once we break above $1 here, DP, and then we can look at that $2 level. REPL is looking amazing still, right? I like this one a lot, obviously from $3, right? So now we're pushing for $3.80 here. Alrighty, yeah. Alan, yeah. We. Violence. $3.80, guys. Brand new highs. Brand new highs. So you're sitting at resistance there, though. Let's go, Laura. Laura doubled her daily goal on that there. Yeah, doubled the daily goal. And Spike's cooked on that too. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Perfect. Yeah, LJ, SDT, SD, yeah. Let's go, Laura. Well done, well done, well done. And it looks like the markets are still looking for, for a bit more, right? Still looking for more there. Yeah, crypto's the only thing that's kind of red today. Kind of red. TIDC is back, by the way, and it was halted and it's back. Yeah, gold. Yeah, gold was up nicely yesterday. Dan, look at Oris, guys. This is why you don't play with resistance, right? Look at that, from 28 cents to 18 cents, right? Like we're back to the demands and we're back to support. So maybe it's gonna hold this 18 cents again. But this is why you don't play games here, right? Don't be diamond handing these stocks. Right? 28 was perfect resistance, and we talked about it as it was happening, and we said, hey, maybe scale out, take some gains, right? And then IXHL really wants to break out. Really wants to break out for DP. Come on, DP. Yep. See, I wish it was Trump actually announcing that stuff, though. You know, because some random media site, we're getting close to a deal. Like, what does that really mean, though? You know, crushed dreams. Definitely not in dreamland, Dan. Your dreams definitely won't become a reality if you're holding some zero DTE SPY puts. Carl is open now, so the third IPO is open, guys. Again, this one was the more expensive one. It's also opening up below the IPO price, right? This one's less appealing because it's $15, right? They go down. To yeah, so watch $15 there. SPY is really stalling up here, though. I wonder if it's actually gonna not break out. Even though it looks like it wants to fly like an eagle. Fly like an eagle. Things like, I want to go. We've made deals with the EU now. So EU, Japan, Canada. Canada is the last one, right? We'll see. We'll see if Canada actually makes a deal. Useless Canadians. All they can do is come last, you know? I'm kidding, by the way. No, Laura was in some calls. You paper handed just now? Jose, you were waiting for this, though, so you most likely made some nice money, right? Yeah. Yeah. Call Dora. 300%? Whew. Jose, come join us in Discord. How many times do I need to ask you, Jose? Come cook with the rest of the option criminals like Laura and Spikes. Come on, Jose. Click the link. This link is for you. Come join us. I have your address now. I'm gonna send the FBI to come find you. You have 5 minutes, Jose. 5 minutes. Come cook. Yeah, so 99 cents, almost $1 here for IXHL. Yeah. Virus, there he is, the criminal. Look at this virus. Look at this spy. Virus would have definitely cooked on that too. Just kidding. See, that's what I mean though, Dan, right? If this was a statement from Trump, then yeah. The fact that it's coming from like a random news outlet, not that it's not random, you know, it's from good sources, but it's not coming from Trump. So that's the only part that's missing. But I'm sure he's waiting till the deal is actually confirmed, right? As he should. REPL keeps failing at this 380. Too long ads? Yeah, welcome, Mohammed. Head of security in the house. There we go, guys. Trying to break out here. Yeah, there's a lot of resistance up here for SPY, so be careful. That's the fourth 5-minute candle now that's stalling up here. And then they're going to be like, just kidding, guys. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah, so just be careful before do. Head of security. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, I don't know why those ads are long. I think it's a way for YouTube to get around. Yeah, yeah. And here comes the dipski, right? Surprise, surprise. No, not really. That thing had so much resistance up there, so we knew this dip was coming. It doesn't look like a dip because you're on the 5 minute chart. If you zoom out, you're going to see a nice dip. A nice dipski. It's a retest. It's tossing in its sleep, Alan. Yep. So maybe just a retest of the breakout. Or are we about to erase all the gains? That would have been a good. That would have been good time for some zero DTE puts. Yeah, Gmail. Yeah, we looked at it briefly here, but it's below 15, so might as well just let it, play games there. Yeah. She's robbing the markets today. Yep. Yeah, that's what Laura does. It's always amazing, to see people's progression. Like Laura initially started as, scalping momentum stocks. And then she's like, you know what, let me try this options thing, right? And then, people like Virus, like real criminals around, cooked. Laura has been on fire. Morris, yeah, resistance and slap, right, for Oris. So we mentioned 18 cents earlier for support, right? It's just playing with it for now. So yeah, let's see if it stays above. So demand zone. Carl is still below 15, so there's nothing to see there. IXHL, it's only a matter of time at this point before that thing can break out. Right. Let's go. There's a difference between rich and wealthy. That difference is knowledge and patience. Gamble if you want, but you'll find out quick why 95% of traders fail. Learn from this man. Invest in yourself. Let's go, Spikes. Whew. You would think Spikes was getting paid for marketing, Let's go. Again, there really is a reason why 95% of people that trade fail, right? There's a reason. And we definitely have the ingredients. This community, the people, have the ingredients for that 5% winning, strategy. So, yeah. Jose, let's go, right? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Thank you very much, Spikes. I really appreciate that. Let's go. High five. Spikes has been cooking as well. So I like to see it. I like to see it. Wall of goodness. We're gonna put virus on the wall of goodness. You know, so, what the cooking virus does in the options cooking lab. Cooking. Ah, I like it a lot. Look at that. Sniper was waiting for this as well, and he posted this in Discord, right? Sniper, give me a high five, right? This was all posted in Discord in the options cooking lab. Patience was key today. Something was telling me that sell off at the open. Yeah, exactly, right? And that's the same thing we kept talking about on stream, right? Same playbook as yesterday, right? Dip at the open, pump it later. In this case, news helped, right? So beautiful. Absolutely, Jose. Absolutely, absolutely. Right. If I miss a question in the chat, it's not because I want to ignore people. Never, ever. Right. I don't care whether you're a member or not. If you ask the right questions and you're just nice, we will always help you out. Right. All the whole chat does it. Right. Dan does it. Virus does it. Raven does it. Pyro. Like the entire chat does it. Right. So sometimes when people show up on stream, they're like, "Oh, I've been asking questions today and no one's answered my question." It's most likely because you're asking trash questions, right? Or just not willing to learn, right? I've been trading for 4 weeks now using AI, and I've got a pretty solid concept of what's going on. Yeah, good, 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 good. Thomas, probably. To the safe moon. Yeah, IXHR just has so much resistance there. The S&P is still kind of stalling at the top here, but pretty nice, right? Carl really isn't doing much. REPL, again, we still like this name, right? Even though it's playing a lot of games. AMOD, guys, playing games at the bottom as well, right? So I'm sure some of you guys are still holding that. PLRZ is same, right? Like a lot of these stocks are just kind of consolidating up the bottom here. TDIC, again, don't diamond hand Dreamline IPOs, right? Like, what the hell is this? Right, look at the company's website. Like, what the hell is this? Like, is this like a toy site or something? You can't even tell, right? So when that thing ran like that, take your damn monies and run. Otherwise, you're gonna end up being a toy on that website. So, anyways, moving on. Hassan, I just looked at PLRZ. What's your question? Yep. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. Exactly, Yogi. Right? How high will it go? When should I buy? What should I buy? Why is this so short? Wow. Wow. Here I was thinking like Yogi was on my side. Everything was going nice until the very end. This is why I have PTSD from reading messages. Now I have to read the message till the end before I actually read it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wow. Unbelievable. Let's see. Actually, interesting. Yeah, so SPY's dropping here to retest the bottom of the range. Let's see if that's actually a retest though. Or if that's like I wonder if that's a retest or that's a sign of what's to come. Yeah, that's a nice little pop there. So retest of the bottom of the range. Wait. There we go. Are we finally not yet, still fighting there, BLK. Not sure how the last one got in there. Uh-huh. Let's go, Spikes. So thank you. No, that would be too much ego, too much ego in the ground. That's too much. Yeah. And again, like we are, as much as we joke around, that's what makes the community, like very nice. Right. So Yeah. When I roast someone, never, no one in the chat takes it personal. When I get roasted, I don't take it personal. I know we're all joking, and we all know that too. Again, and it's a really good thing. It's a sign of a good community. We can be mean, but like not mean, but like you know what I mean. RNAS is back to the top there, by the way. Caitlin, yeah, I think dipped and recovered. Not bad, not bad at all. REPL is still looking gemmy, like that thing doesn't want to die. There we go. So brand new highs for this thing here. Don't let them get you. I'm so proud of you. When I didn't get the crown Chester, don't worry. Maybe next month. Because Dan wants the crown this month. Let's see. Okay, I'll do that later. There we go, guys. There we go. Dividends. Yeah, I'm really not surprised that the market's losing those gains, Woof. That is a nasty dip there. My goodness. That thing said hello. Hi. Damn. So not overly surprised there. Right? That's what happens when we're getting headlines from where. 26% virus. Look at that. The criminal shows up and I take it personal. No. It's all love, Michelle. All love. Come home, spy. Yeah, when virus shows up in the chat, you better run from your calls, That pushed me to okay. La 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 la. Okay. Uh, mm, you do? Oh yeah, you do. In an hour, Bilal. Yeah, in an hour. Yes. When's IXHL gonna break out? When? Yeah, PLRZ is looking a bit sussy now. Sussy there. So that demand zone better hold. IMOD is the other one. Is the one that's actually holding up a little bit better here. And SPY. You sold your puts though, right, Virus? You closed the whole position. Jameson, yeah, it looks like it will though. Half? You sold half? Okay. 3070? Okay. Yeah, it really wants to. You just have a lot of selling going on here at the dollar. IXHL. Carl is not dying, which is okay, right? So that $15 level is going to be interesting then. RNAS, $17.50, $18 resistance. REPL, again, still looks okay to me, even though it's really stalling here at 380. Really, really stalling there. $2 level so far, yeah. Yep. Yeah, but now SPY looks like a healthy pullback. But if we start getting lower highs and not breaking at those previous highs, then okay, maybe we have a problem. But now though, it's more of a wait and see, what the price action looks like. 381, that thing sold up that much? Damn. Okay. Hassan, what's your question though? What's your position? Are you in a position? What price are you in at for PLRZ? Because it's not looking good, right? What's your position there? Do you have a stop loss? Give me some details. You're in it. What price and what's your stop loss at? Because that thing is looking weak. We're hitting new lows of the day now, right? So that does not look good at all. You're in at 178. Okay, not horrible, but not the best either. What's your stop loss at? Yeah, what's your stop loss at? It's looking very weak here. Yeah. Again, we talked about that resistance, right? That was $2.40. And now look at where we're at. So from that level to this price, stop losses should have been executed way higher. What is a stop loss? Exactly 160. So your stop loss most likely hit the Nissan, right? So no way. Yeah, your stop loss hit. Let's see. Yep. It's like right there, Winterfell. Right there. You know it's gonna end up breaking out. but it just has to play games a little bit, you know. Just made good profit in good amount. Good job. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. ABP's been the other one that's done okay, right? Penny stonk them. Yeah. Yeah, it's sitting. It's like right there. Uh, na 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 na. Okay, perfect. Today, na 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 na. Na na na. We'll spin. Okay, perfect. Good. Crash it, Jameson. Maybe we're gonna break out this time. It looks like it wants to. Input, yeah, of course. Mimo, what's your position? Justin does it again. She disclosed buying $15,000 of Pepsi stock 2 days before earnings. It crushed it, and she's already up 8%. Insider information. What's your position, Mimo? Let me know. Let's see. Okay. No, 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 no. Yeah. Here we go. There's $1 to meet and no, 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 no. $20%. No, 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 no. Consistent. No, 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 no. Okay. Perfect. $1, guys. Super slow and steady, right? IXHL. Yeah. If it cracks, shorts are entered. Exactly. The shorts are screwed. The shorts are screwed, everybody. The shorts are getting screwed. Here we go. There we go. IXHL looking good. Type yes in the chat if you're holding IXHL. Because I kind of feel like that's like the entire chat, you know? Uh, there we go. 105. There we go. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. A lot of you guys are in this. So it's behaved really nicely, right? This is why we're watching this one on the 5 minute, right? We no longer need to watch this one on the 1 minute because it's graduated, you know? Yeah. So 5 minute chart, right? Supply zone up there. Raven, what happened? What happened? $1. You're still in there? Yeah. No, yeah, I'm not surprised. SPY still it would have been nice virus if SPY just dipped and retested the 50 there. And then we can move on, you know. But that thing just wants to play games. So my two favorite names for now, definitely IXHL and then REPL. The other ones are playing a lot of games. But IXHL definitely looks amazing. Here we go. Yep. Yeah, see, that's why I wish it was closer to the bottom of the range virus, because we might still end up dropping down here. You know, we might still end up dropping to this range here before we or we just stay above that kernel. 104. I always find those really suspicious, Winterfell. You did, Zilly? You just took out half? Beautiful. Beautiful. Target. Well done, Alan. KFC. No, the kernel, like the K with the E, the R, the NEL. The colonel. It's anyways. You know what I mean, Dan. You know what I mean. The kernel is. I asked Rob to explain it, and it didn't help. Oh, it didn't. So the kernel, like most, just like any other EMA, right? Complex math. Like in a simple way, the kernel is machine learning, right? So like points, right? Rob will always explain, like, a bit more technical than I will, but it's like AI, right? So you're plotting points based on the data that it has, to give you like the really important points, right? So for example, look on the left hand side on SPY, right? when that kernel is purple, which it changed to purple right there, that's usually a sign that it doesn't like it anymore, right? Whereas when we finally cross back above somewhere like right here, that's usually a good thing, and then boom skis, right? So it's more again like AI plotting a point to kind of give you like the the intersection points, the important things. So when it's green, it's a good thing, right? Um, and sometimes you get retest, sometimes you get dips, and then the cross back above is usually what's really good. Like the candle close back above is usually really good after a big sell off like this. So in this case, somewhere right there, right, which was closer to the bottom, and then boom skis. Hopefully that makes a bit more sense, Dan. Right. So if you're trying to understand like exactly what it does might complicate it too much for you, or it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But it's just like another EMA, just better. Uh, process. There we go. So it looks like we are holding the kernel for now, right? We're bouncing up the kernel for SPY on the 5 minute. So that's a good thing. Again, I like REPL if I haven't said that already, right? So we're holding the bottom of the range. We're testing the top of the range. IHL is still looking like a gem. Usually. Apple needs to make more monies. Thanks for that, I guess. Dan, I think the best thing to do, the best thing to always do when you're not sure about information, is just go back and back test, right? Like you go back and you set a time frame and you look and say, okay, let me look at the entire day. Like, does this information actually help me make better decisions? If it doesn't, it doesn't, but just go back and say, okay, what happens like, when we cross back above, right? So for example, look at this one, Dan. This is IXHL on the 5 minutes as well, right? So look at this, right? You can see how the kernel is pointing to it being red right there, the purple one, right? So we're purple the entire time and it keeps failing and failing and failing and failing and failing. When we eventually close above right there, what happens? What happens, right? Boom skis, right? Beautiful boom skis, right? So you just want to go back and back test the information and see if it helps. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Winterfell. Yeah. Keep cooking. Keep cooking. So that looks good. Spy with a nice little rebound there, like Virus mentioned earlier, right? Nice little pop. I think I was just greedy, wanting more of a dip ski. But Michelle, how are you doing, by the way? How's that account? Thanks again, I guess. uh, yeah, Virus. Yeah, is that a good sign? Um, I don't see I don't know if I don't want to say yes, UCS, but I don't see bad signs either though, right? I don't see I don't see warning signs. Okay, sounds good. Like is it better than what I saw last time? Is it better than what we saw last time? Okay, perfect. That's amazing. Definitely. Oh, okay. Then I really have no reason to be concerned. Then keep cooking. Yeah. As long as there's progress, because you already made like amazing progress in such a short amount of time. So anything better than that is amazing. You will if you go to the 1 minute chart. No, I don't think there's a point to looking at IXHL on the 1 minute chart. There's just no point to me doing that. I think the 5 minute is perfect for IXHL. So and there goes more Pomskis. More Pomskis. Michelle just bought me a Ferrari. Let's go. Yeah, 104. I don't know if I like that Yogi, but it's holding above $1, so no complaints. Do do do. Level 2 data on. Yep. Do, do, do. Wait, there was another IPO, NIQ? Maybe I needed to refresh the list then. Do, do. RE. Is below 3. There we go. Has been useless today. uh, uh, Ketal, yeah, are you a member, Ketal? That's his daily aspiration. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, I saw that thing this morning, and it had a big run already, so I wasn't even gonna pull it up a lot, right? They had really good news, but it was gone, and it was so expensive at that point, and it wasn't one of those stocks that was gonna squeeze, right? So yeah, yep. So there was really no point in me paying too much attention to that. Yeah, that's okay. And there goes Dipskis, right? So this is what I mean. I don't like when there's a massive, block at the top there. To me, it's always a little bit sus. So a little bit of a Dipski there. Yeah, 95. $95? Really? Damn. That's why I don't like big blocks. Anytime you see a big block, like for buying, it seems like accumulation. I hate it. Don't like it one bit. So when there's a big block at 104, I don't like it. Because a scam is gonna happen. Because if that block disappears, it usually ends up like a few pennies below. 400% profits and a few hundred left. Beautiful, Raven. Beautiful, right? Forget about the news, right? Buy the hype, sell the news. Forget about the news, right? You still have to scale out, and if it keeps pumping, we're gonna find new opportunities to get in, right? So forget the news. Play the vibes. So maybe we've hit the top. Who knows? Everybody wanted $1 so much that it broke. Yeah, a whole bunch of stop losses there, ST. A whole bunch. These candles are a little bit extended because of the price action, but yeah, we're still above that 200 EMA. So let's see if we stay above. Alrighty. This thing took like 20 minutes to get above $1 and like 1 second to get below. The stock died? No, this is not dead. The stock has been running from 20 cents to 97 cents still, so it's definitely not dead. This is more of a retest than anything else for now, at least. More of a retest for now. 94, criminal Winterfell. Yeah, nice little baby scalp. Dead Winter, you should come join us. Come join us again. If you want to join us in Discord, guys, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot. Alrighty. SKBL is halted up. Yeah, click this link at the bottom of the chat. Sign up for the level that says Legend. Alrighty. Once you become a Legend member, then you get the link to join us. So yeah, come join us. All right. Raven and a whole bunch of people were spamming IXHL from 20 cents, 30 cents, right? We talked about REPL, right? Wiggles, Raven again, the goats, a bottom feet from 3, 4 cents, 5 cents. We're still at 12 cents, right? So nice pump on this one. So PLRZ, right? We talked about this one yesterday, right? Below $1, all the way to $2, right? So if you're not a member, you're missing out on some of the things. Some of the things, you know. Yep. DPRO. Yep. Yeah, you think so? Pet? I think Pet is next. Next new swinger for you? Okay. There you go. You guys heard it here first. I think we talked about Pet early in the week as well. Yeah, DPRO looks nice. That was a good breakout. Solid breakout. So you had that initial breakout somewhere right there. And then you had the like in the middle of the range there. So just be mindful up there. $0.98 pennies. We have about another 6 minutes or so, guys, and then we're gonna hop off and go back to Discord. So come join us. We'll continue in Stock General. Alrighty. So again, let me know if you have any last questions. We'll hop off in like 6 minutes or so, and then you can do some one-on-ones. Alrighty. So again, let me know if you have any last questions. Is that the same? Yeah. Let me take a look at PET. DPRO is pushing into that supply zone there now. Pushing into the supply zone. But it's also failing in the supply zone, right, Wes? So maybe West is gonna stay in that position. SPY just seems like it's stagnant now. Good day for SPY though. This one has done nothing, right? Too expensive. 160s, NVIDIA. Okay, 160s. Time for some Dipskis virus. Another Green Day Zilly. Let's go. Well done. Give me a high five. Well done. I like it a lot. Pets. Let me take a look. CYCC with another pop. That chart is not bad at all, is it? Raven. Not bad at all. It would be nicer closer to 10 cents. Virus, yeah. The levels are posted in Discord. Take a look at trade ideas, Mohammed. The levels are posted in there for your support. And I would just focus on the levels. Forget about Tom Lee and Kathy Woods. Those dudes, you know. So good catalyst, right? Long term, yes. Good catalyst long term. Still pay attention to the levels. Ready? You always have to understand when someone like that is getting into a position, like, you know, it's not the same as like you getting into a position, right? Kathy Wood owns a fund. Obviously, she wants to succeed, right? And you know, and for someone like Tom Lee, let's say they put $1 million in there, right? How much are they actually worth? Maybe they're worth 100 million. So that 1 million is not a whole lot, right? So always think of that. Raven, yeah. Yeah, nice little demands on there. So yeah, between 11, you know, closer to 11, right? And all the way down to that all-time low, 750. Not bad. SKBL. No, 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 no. Into 3 parts. There we go. Oh yeah, with the Z. DAO. But now anyways, yeah. No, so this again, there's no warning signs here, right? There's a dip, but I think the warning sign will come. If we're dipping after the news comes, then you're like, yeah, it's done. It's over, right? Sell, move on. But I think that'll be the only time where you can be like, oh, this is completely over. Or unless the company does a stupid offering, you know, and screw it up. You know? Reflects the trend. No, I don't. There we go. There we go. For $19. Good. Green is always good. Green is always good. Always good. There we go. For day trading, 1 minute, Mohammed, 1 minute. Unless it's a name like IXHL and then the 5 minute. So it depends on the level of like time that the stock has had in the market. If it's a brand new stock, right, 1 minute, because you want to know what's happening like now. Well, if it's a stock that's been trading for more than a day, right, like IXHL has been pumping for a few days now, then 5 minute, because you can trust it a little bit. Oh, funny. CYCC. Welcome. Alrighty. We will leave it here for the day, guys. Thank you all very much. 20 more people smash a like. Let's get to 200 before we leave. Yeah? 20 more people smash a like. Let's get to 200 likes, guys. Smash it. Did we break out? No, I just failed that resistance, DPRO. SPY is still trying to curl here. Should you sell? You're in at 182. Chung, what's your stop loss? You're break even right now, right? So you can if you want to. Or just put a stop loss. I would probably just put a stop loss below 175, but that's up to you. That is up to you. Yeah, IT. Yeah, they're supposed to. Let's go. 8 more people smash a like. Let's get to 200. 8 more. Smash it. Yeah, SPY is trying to. Fighting. This pop earlier was wild, though. My goodness. Look at that breakout. That was beautiful. Beautiful. The Winterfell mentioned earlier that the company said end of the month, right? So mid to end of July is what they're saying. Again, I wouldn't play it because of that, though, right? I wouldn't play. I wouldn't be waiting for the news. This stock's already been pumping from 20 cents. So if you're just buying it now because of the news, you're playing with fire. Jose? Yeah, exactly, Bondi. It's never a good thing. Like any time a company, regardless of what the use is, unless it's brand new, and every time you're doing stuff like that to you're basically diluting the stock, right? So in a sense, kind of to go, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Long term, yes, good. Short term, those companies are doing it way too much. Yeah. I'm not greedy. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I mean, it looks like it looks like we're creeping up here, though. So this is looking better. Looking better. Not bad. Thank you all very much for smashing the like, guys. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful afternoon. We will continue watching the rest of these names in Stock General. Alrighty. If you're new to the community, now's the chance to watch stocks and also just watch one of the educational videos. If you're new to the community and you haven't been to the new trader education channel, you definitely should go there. Alrighty. And then there's more stuff in the education section. So if you have any questions, always ask in Stock General, please. Have a wonderful afternoon. Chester, bye for now. See you in Discord. Be safe, everybody. Much love. Let's go, Spikes. Keep cooking. Keep cooking, Spikes. Thank you very much. Let's do it again tomorrow, please. We're gonna be in whatever. Then. We're gonna be in the options channel later today when Tesla reports earnings. Tesla, Google, main, top, Tesla, Google, IBM, ServiceNow, Chipotle. There's some big names reporting after the close. So we're gonna be in the options cooking lab, spamming all of that stuff. So if you want to join us for earnings, we're gonna be in the options cooking lab. I'm sure we'll post some stuff in Stock General as well. Let's go. I want to be number 2. Let's go, Raven. Let's go. Much love, Dan. Raven, thank you for the super chat. Hashtag what? Hashtag trended. See, if we were on Twitter, Raven, this hashtag would be trending now. Love you too, Dan. Let's go. Is Raven number 2? I think Raven's number 2, yeah. Let me refresh him. Who's number 1? Oh yeah, of course Dan's number 1. Raven's number 2. Okay, just need to keep track of the points. Alrighty, y'all. Again, much love. Raven, thank you very much. Keep giving us these bottom feed cooking plays, So we'll keep an eye on Pet and then go from there. Much love, all. Thank you, Salat. Great morning. I like it. See you in Discord. Jaden, I should have been number 1. I know. It's all Dan's fault. I agree. It's all Dan's fault. He just wanted to be number 1. I mean, that shirt is pretty fire. I would want to be number 1 too. So yeah. Yup. Let's go. Jose, come join us. Alrighty. If you do become a member, send me an email. Again, if you want to join us in Discord, this is your invite link at the bottom of the chat. Become a legend member. Once you do, the invite link is going to be under the community section on YouTube. Or just send me an email. Email is hutratesx@gmail. Alrighty. Much love. I'll send you guys some hearts. You can see the hearts coming from my computer, from the screen. There you go. That's yeah. So have a wonderful rest of the day. And yeah. See you guys later. Alrighty. Bye guys. I'm trying to, there we go. Look at that. The vibes. Let's go. Alrighty. Let's go continue cooking in Discord. And we can keep rocking. Alrighty. Already. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's very cool. Very, very cool. So Spy looks amazing. Curling of the Colonel. Or in Dan's case, the Colonel. Let's keep cooking A. Much love, everybody. Bye, guys.